Hello and welcome to the second part of our experimental and quasi-experimental designs module. In this module, we will be looking at validity threats. Some of the content that you may want to review before we go further into validity threats includes the variable operationalization notes, as well as the content on sampling as applied in the previous module. So you can find both of those in this module in the optional reading section. These are just refreshers. If you feel confident in your knowledge of those, you can go ahead and move on forward. You'll also want to be sure that you review the content on random sampling and random assignment, since that is going to be something that we use to control for some of these validity threats. Everything that we talk about with validity threats has to do with things that influence the credibility of our findings, maybe, for lack of a better word. Definitely lack of a better word. So when I'm looking at validity, I'm looking at am I measuring what I think I'm measuring, and how can I apply that beyond this particular study. So we're going to talk about two types of validity in this module. One is going to be internal validity and one is going to be external validity. Before we get into that, however, I do want to differentiate between validity and reliability. So validity has to do with, am I studying what I intend to study? So if we look at this analogy of a target here, we see target A has poor validity but good reliability. So this target, if the center of this target represents what I really want to know, whatever study I'm doing, it's not really getting at what I want to know, but it's getting the same measure over and over and over again. So it's got good reliability. Reliability meaning that we can repeat it and find the same findings. However, it's not measuring what I actually want it to measure, right? This example over here has poor validity and poor reliability. We're not getting the same thing over and over again. We replicate this study and it's kind of all over the place. And we're also not particularly sure if we're getting at what we actually want. So the ideal that we want here is good validity and good reliability. I want to be able to actually measure what I'm interested in measuring, actually answering the research question, and I want to be able to repeat it and get the same responses over and over and over again. If I can do that, I have a much stronger study. So what we're going to look at in this module when we're talking about validity, we're talking about those things that can lead us to miss the center of the target, that can lead us to miss what it is that we're actually looking for. To where we're either kind of scattered all over the place, or we're maybe repeatedly hitting the same mark, but it's not the mark that we want to see. So our goal is to accomplish this over here, where we have good validity and good reliability, and we're going to do that by controlling through these threats of validity. In future videos, we're going to look at what is the difference between internal validity and external validity, and we're going to look at a few examples of what those look like. If you have any questions, do be sure to post them online or via email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.